I'd always be quite frustrated as a young man, as like a teenager, I mean, I'm still a teenager now, but more specifically as a student, because you hear that sort of top 1% man thing get thrown around a lot in like the self-improvement space. And I feel like it's more directed towards older men that are, maybe like 20s-ish, where you can sort of put more time into potentially starting a business and stuff like that. For students, it's a lot different. We can't really, being a top 1% man always included having loads of money and, looks, money, status, all that thing. It's a lot more difficult when you're a student. And that really frustrated me because I went through a lot of my school life kind of wanting to be this top 1% man, but I'm not actually a man, am I? I'm still a kid. So there's always aspects of that, always aspects of self-improvement you can't really master when you're just that age, when you're a student. I'm talking maybe like 15, 16 years old. Fucking hell, I've got something in my eye here. Okay, I think it's gone. So yeah, I would always get pretty frustrated where, the point I sort of almost gave up on self-improvement as like a journey. And I never really classed myself as being on self-improvement because it never really had a term back then, to be fair, but I always still wanted to improve myself as much as I could. But I couldn't really fully express myself in school because of things like, you're in a uniform, no one can even see your physique ever because those big fucking puffy like blazers you have on. I don't know if your schools have those like in other places, but they really pissed me off. You can't really get a job when you're that young because everyone, apparently every other fucking place wants everyone with like a million years worth of life experience. It's absolute bullshit. But anyway, bro, I'm gonna teach you the best way if you are a student, mate. And I'm talking from the ages of about, from compulsory education up until like college years. So all students can listen up. This will help you. Even university. You know what I'm saying? Now, first thing, obviously, get in the gym, bro. Build that good physique. It is so important. There's number one way you can stand out as being a student is to build that good physique, that muscular, lean physique. Because I promise you, not that many kids have it these days. As you get older, you start to see it increase a little bit more. Kids start to get to the gym a little bit more. But if you can start from a young age, or even just start now, whenever you can, you're gonna have years on all those other students that started later than you. Okay. You've got to remember that you're literally gonna be the one that stands out either way. Because I noticed as I was growing up and you get into college years, yeah, the guys start to go to the gym a little bit, but they never actually looked as good as me because I'd started way earlier. I started gym when I was about 14. So, and I was never like a massive kid, but I was always pretty muscular, pretty lean. So it's so important you get into the gym. Not only that though, I would highly recommend during your school years is to be in a sports team because yeah, the gym is what will, build you the muscle, build you that size. If you join a sports team and you're doing like high intensity cardio, that will really shape your physique, keep you lean, keep you healthy. Okay, that's so important. And not only that, is that joining a sports team will seriously improve your social skills because you're always talking to new people. You're always with people every single week. You're able to talk to them, improve your social skills, and particularly if you can join a sports club that's actually within the school, then that'll be very helpful as well because you're going to be around the people that you're going to be around day to day. And if you're in a sports team in school, you're going to be known as the sporty person. And then also, not only that, the girls will know you're a sporty person. So it's going to help, isn't it? So that is the first point. Make sure you've got that good lean physique. All right, you go into the gym consistently, maybe 3 times a week to start off with. Then you join your sports team, keep yourself lean. Not only that, improving your social skills. That's almost like 2 birds in 1 stone. So probably one of the biggest points of this video is joining a sports club when you're at school, okay? Second point is, I understand this is going to be quite difficult for people in compulsory education due to like uniform, but dressing well is so important in becoming a top 1% student because, as you get into, and this is more for like college students because you can actually just dress how you want then. It's not that difficult to stand out when it comes to dressing when you're like a young man of that age as a student because not a lot of people really sort of take care of that. Not a lot of people sort of what's the word? How am I going to rephrase it so I don't sound like a fucking retard? People just basically don't take care of it. It's not something that people actually give a fuck about. I think when they're quite young, is actually dressing quite well. They just think, oh well, everyone else dresses like shit, so I'll just do the same. Because most people are happy just like being normal, aren't they? Most people are happy to just fit in with the crowd. But we're not like that, are we? We want to dress well. We want to dress how we want to be addressed. We want to dress as maturely as we can. You know, we don't want to be going out with like fucking patterns all over the t-shirts and shit like that. We don't want that. Obviously, I'm not saying, you know, you can never dress in something that you want to dress in something comfortable, whatever. You can do that every once in a while, but you want to make sure the majority of the time you're dressing quite formally, because you know you're in school, you're in education. It's not really, who the fuck is this? Okay. Yeah, what was I saying? You've got to treat it like a work environment, because you're still in school, aren't you? You're in university, whatever, you're in college. Work environment, you want to build those standards for yourself early for dressing well. And that's going to help you seriously when you grow older in life, because you know, the more formally you dress, the better you dress, you know, the more professionally you're going to be addressed by people. So, you know, it was always, even if you're going for like job interviews and shit like that, you've got to make sure you're dressing well, okay? You can't go in there in fucking shitty joggers that you haven't washed in about 8 years, bro. Like, honestly, I think this is something that needs to be pushed way more, is because I think young men need to start having these standards for themselves a lot earlier in life, as opposed to trying to have to sort of get into it when they're older. You know what I mean? Start trying to find your style when you're a young man, and then you're going to save yourself years of when you grow older, and you know you have to start dressing a bit more formally. You're then just going to know what works for you. You're going to know how to do it. So start learning these mature skills when you're younger, is dressing well, okay? Then not only that, you're going to seriously stand out in college, school, university, whatever. Because like I said, not many other kids are dressing that way. And I said it in my other video, you know, about dressing well. When you are in that state, when you're dressed like that, you're in that sort, when you've got those standards for yourself, you do kind of just feel way more productive. You feel more professional. You feel you now have a duty, okay? It holds you, having, you know, dressing that way almost creates that personality for yourself, whereby you have to work hard now, you have to be disciplined, you have to act like a man. It seriously does work. For me, I just know, I feel I have so much more responsibility, and I feel like I have to be so much more productive when I'm dressed nicely. If I'm dressed nicely and I'm just sat playing fucking video games, it just doesn't work, does it? I'm sat there and I'm thinking, well, I look like this mature sort of guy, but yet I'm playing fucking video games. It doesn't work. You feel you have a duty, you feel you start being more productive, you start working on things, okay? So that's so important. Yeah, I thought I was going to say something else on that, but I'm just not, am I? Third point is, now, I know a lot of you just can't be arsed with this, but you are in school, you know, you are there to sort of be educated. I know a lot of the self-improvement space now is kind of like, oh yeah, you've got to make sure you like get rich and earn as much money as you can, fuck school. And I can completely, fuck me, that's a huge fucking dragonfly, is that. Jesus fuck, right. I don't know why I'm talking about that shit. So, yeah, I understand that you know, a school want you to sort of, self-improvement YouTubers, they want you to sort of sack off school and, you know, start your own business. And I'm sort of with that. But whilst you're at school, I think it's important that you do study for your subject, okay? So make sure you give school your full attention, okay? And especially university, because you're paying like fucking $9 grand for it. Give it your full attention and work hard in it, and then study for 1 or 2 hours after school, okay? Because no, I understand, even if you completely disagree with the subjects you're doing, you completely disagree with the fact that school is going to get you where you want it to be, and I completely agree with that. I am someone who's really against people who say like school is the way to go in life, because I believe that's absolutely false. Like, I do not think that school will get me to where I want to be. I think doing things like this is going to get me to where I want to be. I'm having to do things off my own accord. But if you are that person like me, just giving school your attention and working hard there will just teach you discipline and hard work. It teaches you very good life lessons for when you're older, okay? You get that? When you're in a fully fledged business when you're older. It teaches you that mindset of working hard when you're not really feeling like it. Which is discipline. Yeah? Teaches you these skills that you need as a man. So maybe it doesn't benefit you so much right now, but in the long run it will. If you can go home and do something, especially if you can go home and do something that you really don't want to do, that you don't actually, you're not motivated to do, and you work hard and you do it anyway, and you actually get those good grades, you've then achieved something. So it gives you that confidence in yourself that you've achieved something, and it's also built discipline in yourself and built that skill of being hardworking. Because think about it, imagine if you can work hard in something you don't even want to work hard in, and then in the future, when you're working hard on something that you actually enjoy, think about how much more you're going to succeed in that sort of field. You understand that? So it can be a lot more powerful than you actually believe. Learning that skill of being disciplined in school, being hardworking for something you don't want to do. If you are interested, remember, if you do like school, fucking hell, bro, like that's good, because not. I mean, a lot of people like me don't, and I didn't mind school. I think it was good at times, but I just know, for me, it was never going to be the thing that is going to get me to where I want to be. So, yeah. And on that subject, studying for 2 hours, obviously I want you to study, but I want you also to try and, obviously money, this is where the money side comes in, because money is something that you can't really get as much when you're a student. It's very difficult, it's very hard to get those kind of opportunities. If you can get yourself like a part-time job on the side of school, just so you're getting some money in to do what you want to be able to do, you don't have to keep asking your fucking dad for £10 notes and shit like that. It's just, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be earning your own money so you can do the things that you want to do. And also start like a side business on the side, which is pretty much what I did, and what I'm doing now is like, well, I mean, I'm not at school anymore, but even when I was at school, I was kind of planning all this a lot. I was writing things down. I was making documents, planning what I'm going to do, planning the structure of videos and stuff like that. So you can do that even if you don't actually start this kind of side hustle that you're doing in school. At least planning it and having it in your mind is a positive thing. And I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, just take action, but it's not that easy. Sometimes you may not have the time to do it. So just make sure you've at least got that in your mind of having a business, being able something that you can work on during school or when you finish school, okay? Because business is the main thing that you want to be doing as a man to make your money, okay? If you can do that whilst at school, getting the good grades, and then you can have a little part-time job on the side where you sort of just getting a little bit of money in to do what you want to be able to do as a student. Perfect, easy, and that will put you as probably one of the top 1% student, because not let's fair, not a lot of students are millionaires, are they? And if you're a millionaire, you're not going to be a student, okay? So if you've just got the money on the coming in, it's a very small amount of money. Sorry, it's not going to be like fucking. You're going to be on like some mad wage. You're going to probably be on like £10 an hour. Do you know what I mean? And you'll maybe do like 2 shifts a week, but that will just give you enough money to be able to go and have the social life you want to have as a student. And then if you're working on a business on the side, then that's cool, bro. That's all good. Now, this is actually quite an important point. But as a student, you want to be going to sort of as many social events and parties as you actually can. And I know I don't want to sound like a massive degenerate or anything, but fuck off, this guy calling me, man. Honestly. He knows I've got shit going on. Going to as many social events and parties is very important because, yeah, building your social skills, building that social side stuff. You don't want to be one of those rejects in school that kind of doesn't go to any of the events that school go to, any of the parties, and you're kind of that kid who just studies all day and everyone thinks he's a bit of a nerd. You want to be involved in the social life during school, during university, whatever it is. So yeah, if it's university, you'll go to like nightclubs and stuff, those events that people go to on specific nights. You want to be doing all that. And this doesn't even mean that you have to go and get smashed every day. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that. Or even every weekend. It just means, you can go to a party or a social event or a club or whatever and not drink. Bro, you can do that. That actually is a thing. So, you don't always have to be getting absolutely hammered every week. And do that every once in a while. But make sure you're staying involved with the social life. You don't have to, and I'm not saying you have to go to every single event and party that there is, but just stay involved. You want to be able to stay in with the social life of school, university, college, whatever it is, okay? Because that will again build you a solid foundation for the skills you need later in life. Being able to talk to people properly. And it's not as degenerate as you actually think. Is going to parties and stuff. It's actually a lot more positive. You're doing stuff. You're not that guy that just sits at home all day. Okay? You've got shit to talk about. You're an interesting guy. So it's so important that you actually do that. And I to be fair to me, like, I never really was not in when I was around 16 and stuff. I was never really partying like that. It wasn't, and I don't really party like that now. But it was only since recently that I've started to get myself, maybe like college years, that I got myself more involved in the social life. And it really does benefit you because people see you as less of a social reject. You just feel a bit more confident in yourself because you're always around people. You're comfortable in that environment. You're comfortable with those people, and that's a really good thing to have when you're in education, is being comfortable around the people that you are around. So if you're constantly, if you're always going to these social events, you're building your social skills. You're building your confidence. It's all good shit. My laptop is turned off and it won't turn the fuck back on. Jesus fucking Christ, man. The worst fucking laptop in the world. Yeah, bro. And then on that note, you want to make sure you kind of talk to as many girls as possible. You don't, and this doesn't mean, this doesn't mean going like chasing them around. I'm not even saying that, because if you can be the guy that kind of doesn't really give these girls that much attention, like I said before, you will stand out, because most of the kids in school are doing that. They're just fucking chasing all the bitches. But yeah, no, I'm not saying go chase them. Just talk to them a little bit, and just talk to everyone in general. You don't want to be that guy in the party that kind of just sits in the corner with like maybe his one friend because you're both kind of too scared to talk to people. Just go on and talk to people, bro. People aren't actually as fucking nasty as you think. Like sometimes, I think in my early days going to parties and stuff, I would kind of just maybe sit there and kind of wait for people to come to me. But that's not, and you think in your mind that when you go up to this person, they're gonna call you a prick and tell you to piss off. Do you know what I mean? But that's just not the case. You make it so much worse in your own mind than what it's actually going to be like. If you just relax and start flowing, saying the thing that comes to your mind, stop overthinking shit, and just go talk to people, then it's fine, bro. You're gonna just get into a conversation with people, and then naturally you're gonna be in a social flow state where you can start just going and talking to everyone. Then you can start being known as that social guy. You're building your confidence, yeah. And building confidence then helps you in every other aspect of life. Building your confidence, you're going to start being a bit more productive. You're going to work harder. You're going to achieve more. Yeah. So yeah, bro. And if you can follow that as best as you can, you will be a top 1% student, because I guarantee very little students to no students are following that in that way, in terms of having that good physique, a good lean muscular physique. Yeah. Having those social skills, being able to go out to parties, have those social skills. Dressing well. You've got your jewellery on. You've got your nice matched colours, your fitted clothes. You dress formally. I forgot to even mention that as well, jewellery. Jewellery is a very important one. Completely tops off your look in terms of your style. So yeah, add that one. Very big. And yeah, bro, just work hard. Learn those skills. Learn those hard-working skills, those discipline skills for when you're there. If you can, the best thing to do is to really train your mind to sort of work hard for things, is maybe work as hard as you can all week, yeah? Eating clean, going to the gym, working out, studying hard, staying focused in your lessons and shit. And then reward yourself at the end of the week by going to a party or a social event, yeah? And then in that party and social event, you're still improving yourself because you're improving your social skills. And you're getting involved with the social life in school. You're improving yourself at such a fast rate and in so many different ways. And so many students just think, oh, I can't become a high value person because I'm in school. That's bullshit, bro. You can always do it. There's always ways you can become as high quality a person as you can be. And school life and education life is no different. All right, bro? So I hope that helps you. I hope you got some value from that. If you do want to actually become a top 1% man, link below, one-to-one coaching. I believe it'll change your life. Whether it's your physique, your social skills, confidence, attraction, whatever it is, go buy it, or drop me a message on Instagram if you want to work a little bit more personally with me. Wow, I'm fucking out of breath now, bro. I'll see you in the next one, bro. Believe it, make it happen.